Hey everybody. I had somebody ask me on my channel, how heavy should their kayak anchor be? I don't think the weight is that important. If you've got a boat and you want to moor it, a mushroom anchor that goes down deep into the mud, the heavier it is, the better. But that's not something you're ever going to do with a kayak or an inflatable boat. That's if you're going to anchor a large boat out there on the flat somewhere or some place. You want a mushroom anchor that goes down deep down, and yeah, that has surprisingly good pull. When it goes down a couple feet into the mud, it's so hard to pull out. But that's important for it to be heavy. Other than that, a regular anchor, you don't need them to be heavy. You need to have a large amount of surface on the flukes so when they dig in, they have a lot of holding power. Also, it's important to have an anchor that's suitable for the type of bottom that you're going to be anchoring on, that you're going to be commonly used. This is the first anchor I ever bought for my kayak inflatable. It was a really cool looking anchor. It folds up. I think it only weighs like less than 2 pounds. The thing of it is, it does look really cool and it's very handy, and it looks like something Batman would use. But it's not that good of an anchor. When you have on sandy surface or grass, it's terrible. You see here, when it's locked in, the flukes, they don't really dig in that well. If you have rock, gravel, or a lot of uneven bottom, it might be something good, actually very good for rocks probably. But it's not that good for the area I use, which is a lot of mud and grass. For me, the best one, it's a little bigger. I got this for 10 bucks on eBay. It was on sale. It's a type of Bruce anchor. Some people call them claw anchors. It when it pulls, this part of the fluke digs in, and then it pulls around, and to this comes, and so you make like a shovel. It digs deep down into, and it cuts through some of the grass. So I found it, even though it's bigger, it only weighs 2.2 pounds, 1 kilo, and it only cost me 10 bucks. So I find this is my best all-around anchor I have ever used for very small boats. It only weighs about 2 pounds. With inflatables, especially the cheap inflatables I use, you want to be careful. This is a little kind of abrasive, but you want to be want to watch out for that. But the weight isn't that important. Usually, for the type of anchoring you're going to be doing with small inflatables and kayaks, I do think, if possible, to have 2 anchors. You never know when you're going to lose one, or you can kedge off sometimes. You can throw one anchor out. It'll use your paddles or oars. You can throw out an anchor and then pull up to the first anchor and throw out the second one, and you can pull yourself off of a lee shore or get yourself out of trouble and so on if you have 2 small anchors. This is something, if you're fishing on places like bridges and stuff that have big piece of flat metal or wood that you can clamp onto, these are handy to have on the boat. And also in shallow water, sometimes anchoring, you can just get a big pole and put down in the water, in the flats, and it anchor temporarily, and better than using any anchor. But it's very good to have an anchor on your boat. And if you're going to have one, I think this is probably one of the best ones to get. The Bruce anchor, I'll leave a link to the one I got on Amazon, but you can find them on eBay too, probably just as cheaper. I hope this was helpful to you, and check out my playlist. I have a bunch of videos on boats and kayaks, inflatables, and so on. Take care. See you out there.